Good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this does not work without you guys. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up my football gods. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, have you noticed how the coffee just tastes that much better when we're thinking about football? That now that the football season is actually here, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Tomorrow night, one day, 10 hours, 15 minutes, and 40 seconds away from kickoff. I can't believe it. It's finally here. I mean, the way 2020 has been, this year has just been crazy. It wouldn't have been a stretch to think that we wouldn't have football games. And I'm thankful. I don't know if we're going to have a whole season, but I'm thankful for each and every game that we're going to get. Even if it's a trash game, watching the Texans get their lunch handed to them. It's okay because at least we have football. But right now, I want to say my thoughts and prayers with everybody in this country right now that are going through so much. We've got the wildfires that are crazy, and if you've seen the satellite imagery of the smoke that's already to Europe, the fires, the two big fires that are about to combine in Oregon and California, you see the red glow. They're saying that the smoke is growing, the fires are growing so bad that all the way to the East Coast, we may be seeing orange skies as well. This is insane where we are, and put on top of it all of the hate. You know, I may not agree with your opinion and what you may support, but I don't have time for just hate. I just don't. I can disagree with somebody and not have to hate them. And with everything that's going on in the world, with, people dying, I've got friends and family members that are dealing with cancer and things, and so on. We've got people who don't have jobs. I want to make a difference in the world before I leave away from here, to leave my mark, so to speak, not to be a play on words, but to leave my mark. Undisputed has gotten to be, with Skip Bayless, unwatchable. But I think about something that actually, I think I'll probably keep with me for the rest of my life, that Shannon Sharp said. He said, every day you are working on your eulogy. And when that day comes for that eulogy to be read, I don't want hate to be used in my eulogy. So those out there who want to spew hate at me or my beliefs or things like that, that's your right to do that. But I ain't got time for that. It is football season, and I'm going to enjoy every minute of the games. You guys out there that just want to spew that hate, if that's what makes you happy, if the end of the day when you finish your resume, you just want to say, yeah, I was a hater, well, that's on you. So the question we have to ask, okay? We got players, and we've always had players. As we start on this 2020 season, I believe it's going to be better for a multitude of reasons. I feel like we got better in our special teams, getting Greg Zuerlein. That we go from the worst kicker in the NFL to maybe one of the better ones, who last year had a down year, but he had a groin injury that's completely healed. And you believe the things that you see in practice.
We talking about practice, not a game, not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We're talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that?
Yeah, we talking about practice. But you practice the way you perform. If you can't get it right in practice, chances are you're probably not going to get it right in the games. Now, the biggest change, like I said, kicking game should be better. I'm excited. Somebody asked me last night during the live stream, what three players get you the most excited? I said Don Terry Poe, Alden Smith, and the Canadian Bulldozer. They're like, really? Well, and I put CeeDee Lamb, so I got a fourth. But I'm most excited because my offense performed last year. But there are critical times on third downs when teams could just run on us. There were critical times where, my outside rushers would get upfield and put pressure on the quarterback, but the quarterback could step up. And like Mitch Trubisky could step up and take off and run for a touchdown. There were times like the Rams game that they just manned up and just ran down our throat. There were times like, I'm talking about the playoffs, but there were times like against Minnesota with Dalvin Cook just run on us because we didn't have that beef in the middle. And I know it's not a glamorous position, but see, that's what I like to focus on. I like to focus on the play on the offensive and defensive line because the trenches is ugly, it's nasty, it's dirty, it's painful. But that's where the game's won. And if we can win on the defensive line, oh my God. If we can stop guys from running, if we can stop allowing that quarterback to feel comfortable and step up and take off, it's a different ballgame. But those aren't the reasons why I feel like this team is going to be better. I feel that Mike McCarthy and this coaching staff have brought a new set of experience, set of eyes, and desire, and new energy for this team. When I look at Mike McCarthy, let's look at his resume. Let's just think about this. I have cabinets that I built when I was a kid that are still being used by my mother today. 40 years plus later. They're still hanging. They're functional. They're not as good a quality as what I have right now that I've built in the Smithsonian. They function. They hold her stuff in there. She loves them because it was my first work. My son, as a kid, made these for me. She loves them, would never get rid of them, would never change them. But through the course of time of learning, having seen different people working and watching videos or, just having hands-on experience, I look at that and it's like, man, that's just, look at those joints aren't tight. Damn. Is it square? Stain, man, there's just glue on spots and I stained over it. Man, I've got scratch marks from sanding. Oh, that's not as good as what I do over here. Wow. Stains even. It's squared up. Joints are tight. Don't even need screws or nails to hold together because the joints are, you get better with more experience and more time. And I'm hoping that if I'm still, brain functioning wise and I still have my dexterity, that 10 years from now, I look at the stuff that I make now and say, man, that's trash because I've gotten better with more time. Mike McCarthy in 1987 was Fort Hays State grad assistant coach. From there, he went to Pittsburgh as a grad assistant coach. And then Pittsburgh as a wide receivers coach. From there, Kansas City Chiefs offensive quality control coach. Then to Kansas City as a quarterback coach. With Joe Montana as quarterback, FYI. Then to the Green Bay Packers as a quarterbacks coach. New Orleans Saints offensive coordinator. To San Francisco offensive coordinator. To the Green Bay Packers as head coach. And then on to the Dallas Cowboys after taking a year of honing his craft and learning. Not trying to throw shade, because I think we're going to look back at Jason Garrett like a lot of former Cowboys and say, boy, he actually turned it around. But I think it's a need for experience with Jason Garrett. because Jason Garrett as a coach, 1 year as a quarterback's coach under Nick Saban with Miami, and then became from quarterback coach to the Dallas Cowboys offensive coordinator. After 1 year of that, became assistant head coach and offensive coordinator to head coach. There's not really a lot on that resume. See, he's like where I was as a teenager building cabinets. He had experience being those position coach, the wide receiver coach, the offensive coordinator, the quarterbacks coaches with different experiences with different teams under different coaches. Because all of the things that you experience make up what the person that you are. Good or bad. Good or bad. Everything we go through in life makes us the person we are. And Jason Garrett still has more experiences he needs to have to become a better coach. But I feel like Mike McCarthy, along with guys like Mike Nolan, who have been a head coach, not successfully, but been a head coach, been a defensive coordinator, been a linebackers coach, have experiences with San Francisco, Baltimore, with New Orleans, and having success. That's a different set of eyes that's seen things from a different perspective. Phoeben, from Miami with the offensive line. What the Cowboys will be able to do with this coaching staff is have different ideas and concepts. They'll be the melting pot of football, where I can take a little piece of that Baltimore Ravens defense. I can take a little piece of that New Orleans Saints linebacker. I can take a little bit of Joe Montana, Brett Favre, and Aaron Rodgers and mix that up with some Dak Prescott. All of these experiences can create more creativity. The United States, this country, used to be known as the great melting pot. It wasn't one group or race of people that did everything. It was all of us together with different sets of eyes, different perspectives, different ways of doing things that came together because the sum became greater than the parts. This country, good and bad, and all the experiences that we've had have all been built on those, and they made us what we are today. And we can't forget what we've learned in the past, because what we've learned in the past will help make us have better outcome, hopefully, in the future. And that's why I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to be in a better position this year with Mike McCarthy and crew. That melting pot of ideas that they can go ahead and use against these other teams. I got a lot of work to do. I got 3 pork shoulders over there that I got to go ahead and get seasoned up and rubbed. I got to get the smoker cleaned up. I still have a few things I need to do at the set. Eric and Sal, if you guys are available sometime this evening, I'd like to try and do a little live stream with you guys to talk about the fantasy football team, as well as preview week 6. And hey, it's Christmas Eve for us Cowboy fans. I can't wait. And I can't wait to share it with all of you guys. All right, y'all. I'm going to go get busy. And I ain't got much time, so I ain't got no time to hate, because I love all y'all.